Hello, and we are live with the season 6 finale of the Sausage Factory, and we're going to try and go out on season 6 with a bit of a bang here. I'm your old buddy Pizzow. Joining me tonight, I have got Raiho Magnifico. How are you, Raiho?
I'm doing good. I'm glad I can make it tonight. It's been a little while since I've been on, so cheers to everyone out there in Sausage Factory Nation.
What are we drinking tonight?
We're drinking cider tonight. I decided to class it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Don't be chugging beer the whole time. I'll kick back a little cider and talk some bullshit with you guys.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. Orc is with us as well. Orc, how are you?
What's up, boys? You know, in these hot summer days, you gotta hydrate it up a little bit. Can never have too many drinks. You know, I have like 6 more of these on my desk, but you know.
Okay, you came prepared.
You know,
came prepared.
No, I'm just getting ready to fry in my room, which will shortly be 95 degrees with 100% humidity. And you may go, Orc, why don't you get air conditioning? Well, in Maine, you kind of don't really need it, and there's no such thing as global warming. So, you know, it's like it gets like 95 with 100% humidity. Oh, and what I was gonna say, I already said that, is, you know, somehow I've always lived in houses or rented in places where, like, literally if I turn on the toaster and I have an AC unit running, like, it pops the fuse, like, and I'm just like, all right, if I turn it on, so, or the coffee maker, so. That's just kind of my life in a nutshell.
Drinking hot coffee, kicking back in the cool AC.
Yeah. It's like, all right,
110 outside.
Let me just heat up this water and make some hot chocolate. Boom, everything goes down. I'm like, God damn it! Fuck.
Just get you a fan or a window unit, Orc.
Oh, jeez, you need more than that.
I have the window unit, and I'm in Canada.
You know what humidity is because you're in Kentucky. Oh, yeah. When you're like really, really close to the ocean, it's it's different. It's like you're out on a boat, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty muggy. I know what you're doing.
It's been very hot and muggy here in Kentucky the past couple of days. But how's the health, Orc? Any health updates?
Getting a little bit worse. Trying to find the right doctors. Most of them don't want to touch me because I'm a memer, and they know they'll get memed hard. So we're just fucking riding this thing straight off the fucking cliff. That's where we're going, right off the rails. Just fucking right off. I'll keep hanging on. Hopefully, I don't need a blood transfusion and I start hemorrhaging. But yeah, we're just gonna keep hanging on. You know, that's all we're doing. Yeah.
Sounds like a bright outlook.
Yep. Hang on, dude.
Would that be the name of your movie, Meme Hard?
Meme Hard or Go Home. That's produced by Cameron from Cameron Productions, associated with the Weinstein Bros.
Weinstein Bro.
I'm kind of playing a game. It's like, am I gonna live longer than Charlie Sheen? That's kind of what's going on now. So if I can live longer than what's his name? Vaughn. What was the first name? Major League. Rick Vaughn.
Rick Vaughn. Yeah.
So if I can live longer than Wild Thing, you know, I got something going for me.
Okay. So, we'll start a Deadpool.
Deadpool. That's what my favorite comedian does, Doug Stanhope. He's like, well, you know what? This guy doesn't have too much time left, so I'm putting 50 on him. What do you got, Mike? And he just you know goes around. Deadpool 2018.
Well, Cameron's joined us. Cameron, how you been, buddy?
Exhausted, but I'm doing all right.
Good.
With the newborn, with the working on the film, just day-to-day work, you know, it's just, it all adds up.
I feel your pain on the newborn. So badly.
Well, I'm very lucky that he's not a crier and a screamer. He's just awake a lot, and so you kind of have to just entertain him. But
yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Good-looking kid, though. Well done.
Oh, thanks. But it's funny though. You're talking about the Deadpool. Years ago, when I was working at a news station, I came in one day and they said, "We need you to work on the obituary video for Britney Spears." And I said, "Is she dead?" They said, "No, but she's probably will be soon enough. So we need to get the package ready."
Oh my god!
Goodness gracious!
Have you ever wondered, like, when someone dies, how the news stations have that like package ready to go? It's like
that. You know, that's funny. That reminds me of was it an SNL skit, or I don't remember, but it was like they were doing that with Gerald Ford, and it was like, okay, so Gerald Ford died of a bear attack. Do the bear attack. Gerald Ford dead by bear attack. Okay, what's next? A blimp fell on him. Tragic news. Gerald Ford dead. Blimp accident. So he just had all these different crazy. I don't remember if it's SNL or what, but it was cracking me up.
Oh yeah. They just changed the voiceover, and it's it's the same news story. So, but no, things are good. Things are good. I'm happy for summer coming, and I pulled out a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays that I'm going to be selling because we're heading towards June, and that means Criterion sale time. So
you gotta sell the old stuff to get the new stuff.
Sometimes you have to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. How's the film coming along, by the way?
Well, it was coming along, and then a bunch of people that I had working with me all decided to quit en masse. So I'm kind of back to the beginning. Kind of changed my start date, changed where I was going to be shooting stuff. So now I have to get reorganized and all that. But the camera I want to use doesn't come out till September 3rd, so I have some time, to get things ready to go. So I figure 3 months I should have everything ready to go. But it's just been really hectic. Thank goodness when I did the crowdfunding, I didn't actually specify a date it would be done by, because it's taking a little bit longer than I expected it to take.
There you go. Well, good luck with all that, and again, congratulations on the newborn.
Oh no, yeah, thank you. He's what's really funny is that when he is awake and he can't sleep, I'll put on like YouTube videos, and like the light and the constant not when someone's like yelling or screaming, but if you just have like Piz, like you know how to do your videos where it's just like it's a constant tone, it puts him at ease completely. It's like so he's already a fan of YouTube, which is great.
Cool. Cool.
He's not ready for prime time with Orcs videos yet, though.
No.
All right. Well, no,
that's too spicy.
But he's a millionaire. This is the idea. All right, copyright it, Piz. Someone else is already doing it. Piz helps baby sleep. Authentic audio tape on iTunes or whatever shitty fucking service people use. Spotify.
Yeah.
So, multi-millionaire. You'll be living in Lexington. You'll have your own horses soon.
Piz will be known as the baby whisperer.
Sleep now.
Hey, for 10 million, you can call me whatever you want too. I'm fine with that.
I would love to see Piz like doing reviews for like the good folks over at such and such company sent me baby Mozart, and today I'm going to review this.
or like babies are listening to me going, and then the woman gets raped and then beheaded. You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah. The new Severin Films Blu-ray release for Zombie 4 After Death begins with a brutal evisceration. And then like the baby's first words are evisceration.
His out
reaction to a review of a Serbian film would be.
Yes, that would be. You know what? I saw a Serbian film. I don't remember a daggone thing about that movie.
I never even saw it, and I remember shit.
I read
because I was so angry about it.
I think I just kind of half paid attention to it because I watched it because of all the hype, and I just kind of half paid attention, and then it was over, and I was like, okay, done. But I don't.
I read the Wikipedia blurb about it, and it just made me almost sick to my stomach. So I've never like sought it out.
Yeah. I've heard about it in retrospect, and like I'm like, was I just out of it and just didn't totally. I mean, like I don't know what I was doing. I was just kind of halfway paying attention to it, and I don't know. I must have been out of it that day. Maybe that's it. It was just so insane. It was so messed up. I just blacked out. That could possibly be it.
Okay, there's some pretty cool stuff you could play for your kid. There's this new age frequency-based meditation music for like 8-9 hour loops on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's like 428 megahertz and all this kind of stuff, and it helps me sleep. It's really relaxing. So
Oh yeah,
maybe that might be better than tales of rape and decapitation.
What I do, and this is really weird, I will find prank call compilations, and I will listen to prank calls until it lulls me to sleep. Like I'll laugh and crack up, and then eventually I'll just fall asleep. That's just me. That's just me.
What I find so weird is like whenever I fall asleep watching YouTube, and I wake up at 3 a.m, I wake up to some video. I have no idea how I got there because YouTube, like, you know, will like take you to this video and then this video and then this. It's all of a sudden it's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, and you're in some weird thing that you would never have clicked on in a million years, but somehow YouTube is taking you there.
Yeah.
That's why you got to turn that off, because that'll take you down some dark paths.
I still have that on my Xbox. I'll be watching Schindler's List, and then I wake up and there's like a speech of Hitler, and then I'll look at the comments and everyone's like saying, you know, this is horrible stuff and you should go kill yourself. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't want to start, you know, my McGriddle breakfast with a day like this, you know. What's going on here?
Oh man.
Now that you bring that up, I gotta bring this up. I'm mad at McDonald's. They have a deal right now, 2 breakfast sandwiches for $4, right? So you can get either a McGriddle or a biscuit, and that's great. But they also have a deal on their app for buy one breakfast sandwich, get one free. But when you do that, they charge you $4.75 for one, because you're gonna get it for free. And so I said, well, I want to get the 2 for $4, and they said, yeah, but if you buy one, you get one free. And so they charged me 75 cents without even telling me. I was really ticked off.
Wow.
So.
What a bunch of bastards. Holy shit. Do you have Uber Eats where you are, Cameron?
I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Oh, you're missing out.
Is that where an Uber delivers food to your house?
Yeah, that's what.
Is that how you get your McGriddles every day?
No, not where I live. There's like 5 people here. But,
I got my McGriddles dropped off to my door.
The Mountie comes on horse via horseback.
We'll
the Mounties need something to do.
We'll have a whole
McGriddles at the $4 price, but the Uber Eats price might be closer to 12 with tip.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think I'll just drive myself to get it. That's just
Well, Raiho and Cole have to get theirs via horseback, and if Jim's not working that day, then fuck it, they don't get their service.
Well, we'll have a whole segment about fast food, because that's what.
All right, so we covered McDonald's. We're gonna hit everything fast food.
We'll hit next.
Friday
next will be Wendy's.
No, Friday the 13th. Let's go down. We gotta hit every avenue.
But let's finish up the intros. We've got B movie. We've got B movie Mike here with us tonight, and he's not 100%, but he's here nevertheless. So, Mike, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing better than Orc, so I can't complain.
Okay.
You know, I'm hanging in there. I'm on medication, not the kind of medication that's going to make me tweet regrettable things.
You're not on Ambien?
Supposedly that exists.
Everybody's on Ambien these days, isn't
that would be great. So other than that, I'm doing great. Between scheduling and whatever, I haven't been on the show much in the past, it seems 6 months. Between working and whatever, and then the show bouncing around, whatever happens. But it's good to be here. I didn't want to miss the season finale, no matter how sick I am. So I'm here and ready to rock. I might be muted while I cough and barf my lungs up, hopefully off the microphone, so you guys don't have to enjoy that wonderful experience. But I will be here listening and occasionally chiming in. Thanks as always for having me, and let's have a good one.
Awesome. And of course, we've got Cole with us tonight as well. How are you, Cole?
I'm good. I'm a lot better. I mean, I've had some health things going on in April, May too. Nothing major or anything like that, but just enough to, sap your energy and, steal your resolve to do things and stuff. So it's like the first week in a long time where I've felt, energetic and good and stuff. And I don't know, Orc, I hope we can still be friends, but I've quit fast food. That's over.
Oh God! Well, no, that's all fucking. We weren't having a good intro to the show because everyone's apparently dying on TSF, which fucking sucks.
Yeah, there's some health shit going around, isn't there?
That's no, I can't talk to you anymore. You make fun of all of us fat Americans. Look, we're all not this way. Look at Cameron. He's a healthy guy. He runs a mile every day. Mike is very skinny, but you make fun of everybody else. I mean, just because I have 5 chins doesn't mean you should love me any less, Cole.
I know.
Well,
it's not about you. It's about me. I just got.
I think
I can't punish my body.
It's not you. It's me.
Wait, what constitutes as fast food? I'm just curious. Like, do you draw the line at like Denny's? Is that?
We don't have Denny's.
We don't have Denny's.
Okay, my bad.
But I think he means like your McDonald's, your Wendy's, your burger joints.
Yeah. I'll still eat pizza now and again, or if I'm not crazy.
Okay. Well, then I don't have to put you on the block list. I'll just put you on the,
But the pop is gone too.
Oh Jesus, no.
That's the hardest adjustment.
Cole,
but
no.
doing okay.
Please tell me.
Gatorade, man. Gatorade.
Oh.
That G2.
No, that's too much sugar too, unfortunately.
Oh, it's sugar? I was thinking maybe it was the acid.
Actually, I'll still use the Gatorade for when I work out and stuff. But apart from that, drinking stuff without sugar and stuff, which is a really big adjustment for me because I used to just ingest an incredible amount of sugar through my drinks and stuff. Anyway, not trying to make a big thing out of it, but yeah.
Well, it is, Cole.
Tough times.
No man-child should not have soda.
Well, it's more of a no soda at home thing anymore. Every once in a while, if I'm out at a restaurant or the movies, I can still have a pop, but no more bringing cases of it home and that kind of stuff. So
I was gonna say, I'm glad I didn't. I was like, could have sent you some pictures of some Coke the other day.
Yeah, I saw that you were trying one of the new ones.
Raspberry. Yeah.
But I'm going for at least like a full month without any in my system, and then we'll go from there.
Good for you. I'd love to get shit. I'm just too addicted.
How was the raspberry Coke?
It's actually really good.
Way too sweet, I thought. But I mean, to each their own. But what I had, the promo right now is they've got vanilla and they've got raspberry, and they're trying to like pit them against each other. It's like a team vanilla, team raspberry thing. And so I got the vanilla, and I haven't had vanilla Coke in forever. I've been wanting it forever. And I was like, this is disgusting.
I was obsessed with it like 15 years ago. Or
I don't know if they changed
when it first came up for us, but I stopped liking it.
I was talking to somebody a while back, and I can't remember who it was. It wasn't one of you guys, but it was somebody in the States, and they were like, just get Coke and put vanilla in it because the vanilla Coke's too sweet. And I was like, whatever, I want vanilla Coke. So anyway, I got it, and I was like, it's too sweet. Like it's almost different. It's almost like it's way too, I don't know, overpowering. Anyway, so I was pretty let down on that one too. So raspberry, vanilla, I'm not on team raspberry or vanilla. That's just how it goes.
Our raspberry Coke came in, it was like a 4-pack bottles, 2 peach and 2 raspberry.
Peach?
Yeah, Georgia peach on one side and California
awful.
raspberry on the other, and it's in the glass bottle, which
in
my opinion is the best way to drink Coke.
Glass bottle.
I'm right there with you. Glass bottle is absolutely the best way to have
I
Coke.
agree.
Yeah. PSA from Mork, vanilla Coke is for bitches. Yep.
Yeah, I definitely did.
I loved it in like high school or whenever the hell it first came out here. But
what's the best Coke, Cole? And what's the best Pepsi? Cherry. That's right.
I have a case of cherry Pepsi.
As far as like gimmicks go, cherry. I mean, I liked original, but if it was an added one, it would be cherry. Yeah.
Well, let's see what's going on in the chat tonight.
Hang on, wait, Cole. I mean, wait, Piz. I mean, Cole, I feel for you though. I mean, because if someone said you can't have hot pockets work, I mean, I'd probably end it right there. So I mean, I know.
Like I said, it's an adjustment period that I'm going through with some organic food and stuff like that. But it's not. I'm not gonna change. I'm still gonna eat red meat, and I'm not gonna.
Kevin Smith cut out sugar and he dropped like 50 pounds in like 3 months. If you drop 50 pounds, you won't even be here anymore, Cole.
It's not a weight thing. It's not a weight thing. Obviously,
he's got a metabolism of the king. It's like drink that.
I know, but like I said, yes, and I know, and I could.
Hashtag Cole Lives Matter.
Not my 20s anymore, and I can't punish myself the same way as I used to.
He's getting older.
As long as you're feeling better.
Getting older.
We've got Joseph Perdue watching with us tonight. The horror reel, Rocky Voorhees. Chris from Louisiana, how are you? Joe Caraluzzo. I'm doing very well, Joe. Thank you for asking. Stone Gassman, the 90s guy. Bad Intentions. Princess Luna Moon 12. Got some familiar faces. Some
Moon, that's my favorite thing. So I like you.
We've got Josh O'Brien with us as well. Joe hopes you feel better, Mike. So some well wishes for Mike out there. Let's see. Why don't we play catch up? We've not been together in like 2 weeks or something. How have you guys been? Have you seen any good movies lately?
I haven't seen a movie, but I have enjoyed seeing those first stills from the what's it called, 3 from Hell, the new Rob Zombie movie, where they about the third part of the Devil's Rejects series. Mm-hmm. People are going, oh, was the whole ending of Devil's Rejects a dream sequence, or are they going to just pretend they just got shot and now they're in jail? I'm almost thinking from these pictures, it shows them like in court, I'm almost thinking that they're maybe on trial in hell. I think that's just the vibe I get. Now I could be totally wrong, because if it ends if it begins saying the Devil's Rejects ending was a dream sequence, I'm out. Like, I'm just done.
Yeah.
I will never watch another Rob Zombie movie again, because that would be ridiculous.
I watched them and I hate them. I watched 31 a few weeks ago. I knew it would suck, and I still watched it. It sucks.
I know, but the Devil's Rejects, at least, like, you know.
Yes, I know. A lot of people like it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
I remember liking that one, but it's been a long time since I've watched it. I don't really like Rob Zombie's movies at all, so I'm like,
my favorite is still House of a Thousand Corpses, although I've not seen it in a few years. But if they're on trial in hell, I'll check it out. That might be interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
there's gotta be.
But I'm almost wondering, like, is this gonna get, you know, limited and then VOD, or is it gonna be straight to VOD?
Probably limited and then VOD.
Yeah. If 31 got a theatrical release for 2 days, I think this one will too. So
yeah.
I saw Solo.
Okay.
Any good? Did you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have completely zero hopes for it, but
you know, I mean, I think a lot of people really like the casting, and I'm one of the people who didn't, and I'm just a big Harrison Ford fanboy, so nothing's going to please me. I don't really like the guy, even though he puts everything into it. You can tell that he really tries, like, because he even copies, like, the body language and stuff of Harrison Ford. Like, sometimes he'll do, like, the weird stance where he leans back and stuff. So, I mean, he's really trying, but to me, he just in no way evokes that character or seems like a younger version of him. And maybe this is me really splitting hairs, but it seems odd to me that, like, both he and Lando apparently grew several inches later into their 30s, because they are both well under 6 feet. And it's pretty noticeable to me, especially with Lando. Capes are, you can't pull off a cape if you're not, like, at least 6 feet tall. I'm pretty sure I couldn't wear a cape. But and he just looks, that guy.
But Donald Glover.
But at least Donald Glover just looks really silly. Dressed
but
up
at least
like
in this one, it confirms that Lando has a sexual appetite for robots.
What the? I don't even know if we should get into the whole pants. I don't know what the hell.
I'm on Amazon right now. Add to cart.
Yeah, to cart.
Anyway, so
Lando fucks a robot.
I was not on board for about the first hour. First hour didn't feel like Star Wars to me. It felt more like a fan film with a budget. It gets better in the second half, I thought. And this is another completely arbitrary thing. That's just my case that, you know, I can't back up with anything. But I like Woody Harrelson, but to me, he doesn't fit in the Star Wars universe. He just felt really odd and out of place to me, and he's obviously a very important character in that. And that's really all I'll say. But I mean, I still enjoyed it. It had, you know, some good action sequences and some decent lines. I mean, nothing really that funny. One of the guys that was in the theater with me laughed at everything. He was like, ah! like the whole time. But, you know,
what did you think? Maybe without spoilers, what did you think of the way Han got his name?
I don't know. It's good enough. I mean, it's sort of a throwaway thing, which makes sense for the character. Really, it wouldn't be something that would be really deep and significant. So, I'm fine with it.
But why name your son Ben Solo then? It's like, I
don't know.
Yeah,
you know. There's not a lot of synergy going on with the different writing. You know.
Yeah.
They just do their best. What's funny is, like, this is like the first movie, you know, I've seen plenty of other content, you know, comics and everything like that for many years that where the Empire is not the main bad guy. They're just there in the background. And I thought I would like that, but I kind of wound up missing it a bit, because in this, yes, the Empire is there and, you know, everybody has to watch out for them and stuff, but it's not about the Empire. It's about, you know, various criminal factions and gangs and stuff like that. And in a way, I was kind of missing the Empire, even though they're there, you know, there's a Star Destroyer and there's a chase with some TIE fighters and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know why since The Force Awakens, every human female has a British accent in all the movies.
And the brunette.
I always thought that it was, in my head, for me, if they were Imperial, they were British. But that's not the case. You're right. It's like, for the most part, if they're female, they're
I mean, when Rey had it, fine. I mean, again.
But I was confused. Like, I actually thought that meant something when Rey had it. Like, you know what I mean? I was waiting for the foot to drop that meant something, but it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Like I said, I mean, I'm glad that even in the stupid prequels, they have different accents, and that makes sense. You know, it's a world with all sorts of humans and aliens and stuff like that. But I just mean, it just every human female since Rey has had like a British accent, because it's the same thing with the one in Rogue One, and in this one there's two of them. Han has like a previously established girlfriend. She has one, and then he meets Woody Harrelson, who has a girlfriend that also has one, and then even the female droid that howls around with Lando has one. Like, it's like all the females have to have English accents for some reason. It's not a big deal. I just thought it was kind of odd. But anyway, you know, it did win me over. But again, I'm really hard to please because he just does not really feel like Han to me, and that's that. But I certainly wouldn't call it bad by any stretch.
Doesn't it say something that like this guy has to act like, not like Han Solo. He has to act like Harrison Ford. Like, doesn't that say something about the character? Like, what a difficult position to be in.
Yeah, really, the best character in the movie is Chewbacca, I would say. Chewbacca does the best stuff.
I also think they put the order of these movies out wrong. Like, this should, if they were gonna make this at all,
this should have before Rogue One.
Yeah, this one should have come out after Force Awakens, sort of like a novel where, like, you know, Han Solo dies, then we backtrack, see something that's relevant to this, you know, that's going to push us to the next episode. This just seems like they're just like throwing them out.
There's no synergy.
Yeah,
the one hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing. It seems with some of these things, which makes it frustrating.
And now I feel like I'm you know, like, I don't know what the next movie should be, but it's all Boba Fett talk.
Yeah, I think it is Boba Fett.
And I'm like, I don't know. I think there's like, I like Boba Fett. I'm a big Boba Fett guy. You know, Cole. Like, I always loved the character, and I don't know if a Boba Fett movie is required. No. Like, I just that's just going to be a letdown anyway. Like, there's
I thought maybe Boba might get a name drop or something in this. Bosk is mentioned. They drop Bosk's name.
Okay.
Well, I think that's part of the reason why Solo's kind of struggling. Part of the reason is because, you know, who was really, you know, chomping at the bit for a solo prequel movie. You know what I mean? Who? I don't think anybody really wanted that.
No.
And then when you hear that there was all these production problems and the guy that they hired had to have an acting coach and reshoots and blah 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 blah, you're just like, okay, so it's a mess.
It doesn't Ron Howard somehow made. Ron Howard pulls it together. I'll say this movie does not look like a mess on the screen.
They had to get Ron Howard to make it
at least
work.
Not to me.
Well, Rogue One had the same problems, and that made $1 billion. So,
well, the thing is, you slap Star Wars on it. This is the problem: is that it's like the old story. Like, I want to see Solo. I'm not trying to be high and mighty here, but even if it was bad, everyone would go see it anyway. Like, they're gonna make,
but it bombed.
They're just gonna keep making them because it didn't bomb. I don't think it just didn't meet expectations.
No, but 4 days,
it's
4
Star
days
Wars
to make $100 million. 4 days for a Star Wars movie. That should have hit $1 million. $100 million by Saturday.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it that.
There weren't a lot of people in the theater when I saw it.
It was projected to hit 170.
I don't know what they were thinking launching it in May. Like, I just, like, to me, like, that's your kickoff, your blockbuster season, and this movie, like, with its production issues, and I just, like, it's not a May movie to me.
Yeah. I think
it's tough with Avengers because even 4 weeks in, Avengers was #1 at the box office.
Same company though, you know. But I think what also is, it's 5 months after Last Jedi. A lot of people didn't like Last Jedi. Some did, but I think a lot of people just were like, you know what? I'm gonna sit this one out.
I'm gonna get.
I think that's too. I think that they should have just held off.
Yeah,
you know, it's too much too soon. Like, I liked Last Jedi a lot. I'm one of those people, but I was not excited to see this movie. I saw this movie because I thought, well, I might as well see it because I've got the opportunity, and I saw it, and I don't regret it exactly, but yeah, it's really nothing special. And I know a lot of people love to talk about Donald Glover as Lando. He's fine, I guess, but he does very little in the movie. It's Solo. It's not Lando, and he's there, but mostly he's just bitching.
They picked up on the fact that Donald Glover is wildly popular. They picked up on the fact, I think, pretty quickly that people were excited to see young Lando, and I feel like they really pushed the marketing. Like, there were posters constantly of him, and
like he's really important in this. He's just there. This isn't a spoiler, just so you understand how Han winds up at the Millennium Falcon, which is something we already know anyway. That's really what he's a.
Which is what I expected,
and that's good because in a Han movie, you don't need Lando stealing the spotlight. I'm just saying, as you said, the way they're marketing it, I guess because Glover's so hot right now, they make it seem like, yeah, they're almost equal billing, but no, not at all.
No, yeah, that's what I expected. I expected to go into it and I love Lando as a character, and I thought Donald Glover looked the part. for sure.
Oh yeah,
just from the
he
stills
looks
and
it.
stuff.
He's a little
So,
short, as I said, but he looks it.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
I figured he wasn't in it a lot.
The pansexual thing, you know, that it's really nothing, really. Like
Well,
I said, there's some jokes about him having sexual tension with that robot who would be feminine, and you can't say anything about him like hitting on Han. Yes, he does tell Han, "You're adorable," but he says it more in like a making fun of you type way, like I'm condescending you, not like I'm seriously thinking you're adorable.
But that's that one argument about that is that that's been the Disney way, which is like they don't actually say somebody's gay or straight. They make allusions to so that community, so the LGBTQ community will be like, oh look, they're you know,
but they don't have the balls to come out and do it.
No, yeah, exactly.
They say you're adorable, and he goes, "I know."
Yeah. Nice, well done.
So yeah, Chewbacca is the best character in the movie, honestly.
So does Lando fuck Chewbacca? Or?
I don't want to give that away.
I don't want to give that away.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. Okay.
I heard that there is a moment early in the film where Han speaks to Chewbacca in Wookieese, and does it come off as stupid as it sounds?
It worked for me because, I mean, it's always been silly. It's always been silly throughout all the Star Wars films. You have him going, "Arr!" and somehow you're getting complex sentences out of it.
No, but for Han to speak.
Oh, no, I know. For Han to actually
speak it.
They understand that it's stupid, and they even show that they give you a caption of what he's saying, and they show that his Wookiee isn't that well. It reads as like broken English, you know.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I think they handle it well. I don't think, it's stupid, but it's, you know.
So is this still Ron Howard's best movie in years?
What has he done lately?
Inferno, Da Vinci Code, the Heart of the Sea, that one where it was like the movie based off that inspired Moby Dick.
I didn't see that one, but it's definitely better than those other two.
Okay.
I didn't see Heart of the Sea. Is that Casey Affleck?
No, that's the Manchester by the Sea or something like that.
Yeah. Will this be the movie that ousts Kathleen Kennedy from her position?
I've heard that's very possible.
Well, because I heard the robot in this film is a social justice warrior. Is that true?
I've been hearing this stuff lately, like how
but it's about robot rights. I mean, it's about droid rights. I mean, if people want to draw comparisons and blah blah blah, like I don't think those things when I watch a Star Wars movie. But people want to think it's standing in for some sort of like, you know, it's some sort of racial allegory. Fine, but to me, it's a social justice warrior in that it wants to help droids. It's a droid that doesn't like how people treat droids, which makes sense in the context of Star Wars because they treat droids very poorly. So I don't know, man. People just
I never even like I was watching a video the other day. I don't know how he ended up on it, but this guy was going on about the social justice warrior injection in film, and he was going through all these different like. I was like sitting there like, this kid is so fucking racist. And like it's like he's basically saying they put this in this movie and that in this movie. It's social justice warrior, this, that, the other thing. And I was like, holy shit. Like there's something wrong with the world that people think.
I can't
like, I just can't
being offended.
They were talking about in the new Avengers, Black Panther's sister, like how she was like, it was going on about how she shouldn't be smarter than certain people and stuff like that. I was like, holy shit, you're just an idiot racist. And you're like, you know what I mean? He's trying to act like it's social justice warrior shit. I was just like, I was checked out completely. Like, I don't know.
I don't like her character, by the way. I guess I'm racist because I thought she was fucking annoying. But
no, you don't have to be racist because you think she's annoying. She is a bit annoying, but like, I just meant like the concept of like this whole thing where people are worried about being injected into films. I'm like, I don't buy it. I don't know, but that's just me.
I'm gonna go watch it maybe this weekend with my brother because he's really wanted to go watch it, but I've just been too busy to take him. Really,
Deadpool this weekend. When I went to see it, I had to make a different choice between that and Deadpool. And now I'll go see Deadpool.
I'm in favor of Upgrade.
Upgrade looks good.
See,
yeah, Upgrade looks good.
Looks really good. It looks gory as hell.
Exactly, it looks just awesome.
Is that actually hitting theaters?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming out. Is it this weekend? Tomorrow? Okay. Yeah.
Oh wow, let me check here. I assumed that was just going to be like a direct-to-video because no one will play that.
I'm really annoyed by our theater around here because like I wanted to see Isle of Dogs and that disappeared really fast.
They're the worst lately around here. Like I don't know what it is. Like we were pretty good. Like we had a theater that would pick up. They would do like special events, and they would pick up like kind of quiet movies for a couple of showings at least. And now all of a sudden it's like if you're not the top, like there's like 8 screens playing Avengers, and like probably the other 5 are playing Solo right now at a theater. Like it's
the smaller one that I go to doesn't even get like some of the more mainstream ones. Like, not that I care, but like that Amy Schumer movie, I Feel Pretty, like that's not at that. You have to go outside the city to the big one to see that.
Yeah. And then like that the theater, the Park Lane, like that's that we used to have everything. That was the one that had all the.
It's very limited.
Yeah, that's crazy.
People used to get really excited when multiplexes were coming in because they'd be like, "Oh wow, we're going to have like 17 movies playing." And it's like, no, it's not the way it works.
Yeah, like that's kind of how it worked here for a long time. Like, if you went to our big theater,
our big theater would have stuff that was really old, like stuff that like opened months ago would still be there because they have to play something to justify all those screens.
Yeah, like anyway, now I find it's well, yeah, I could have seen Black Panther at the same time as Avengers Infinity War was that. Like they still had that on.
Like
screen.
I think at like our bigger one, like they're playing Solo in 3 theaters, and one of them's the IMAX. It's Solo, the IMAX experience, which I'm sure sucks.
Have any of you guys tried the Movie Pass thing yet?
It's not available here.
We don't have it up here. We have a. Is it still going? I thought I heard that it was in some trouble in the States.
It's always in trouble.
It's always in trouble.
And it's going to be crashing and burning eventually. But
as long as you have the time to get yourself to movies, I mean, I assume it's worth it, right? It would pay for itself.
Yeah,
pretty much. I think. Yeah, yeah.
They launched something like that up here. It's a little bit more attainable, I think, of a business model. It's like you pay a certain amount to see for like 1 ticket per visit, and then you pay a certain amount for 2 tickets per visit, and it was a much more like streamlined model, and I kind of thought it would work better. I can't remember what it's called, but it is here in Canada, but it's not in our area. It's like in Toronto.
It's not a Cineplex thing. I would have
No, it's not and that's the thing about the other like Movie Pass. I think it grinded the theaters the wrong way, right? Like they were like, wait a second, like
it was just the AMC that got ticked off. Yeah.
Oh, it was just AMC. Okay, so like I assumed that Cineplex would not get on board with whatever this was called. I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, no upgrade up here. I just checked. That looked pretty good. I watched the trailer for that, and I was like, man, they're making movies like this still? Like a cool, gory action movie kind of a thing? Like I was like, this is some Terminator shit. I thought that was such a cool idea. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm really only taking Jeremy to watch it for his reaction to the big reveal at the end, because I know he's going to like scream in the theater, "Hey, look, who is that?" And everybody, you know, that's what he does in the movies. "Hey, who is that? What happened?" Like in Rogue One when the robot died. He loved the robot more than any of the people in the movie.
Yeah.
Like when the robot died, he was like, "What happened to him?"
He's like, "Let's leave now, piss."
Yeah, he's like, it's like we're done here. We're done.
I'm done here. I'm done with this movie.
But I know he'll dig the, you know, we're watching a 2+ hour movie for the last 5 minutes, but you know, it'll be entertaining. It'll be entertaining, at least I'm sure. Yeah. But and I do want to see Upgrade. That does look really cool, really different. And isn't there another Hereditary? Have you guys heard the hype for Hereditary?
I have not.
Super hype for that movie. People are calling that thing like the scariest movie since, you know, blah.
I did hear about this movie. Tony Collette horror movie. I just didn't know what it's called.
Okay. Tons and tons of hype.
I'm always extra cautious whenever I hear scariest horror film, because it's usually like, oh, it guarantees it's going to suck, right?
Well, somebody...
We're not saying that one about the one where you couldn't make sound.
Quiet.
Quiet Place. Quiet. I missed
already. People. I mean, I remember that was a few months ago, and they're saying that's the scariest horror movie since blah blah blah.
Well, I like it when they say the scariest movie since The Exorcist, and then 5 years later, another movie, scariest movie since The Exorcist. It's like, oh, so I guess all these other movies you said that was scarier than The Exorcist.
You lied. You lied.
Then I'm in the voice chat, and I'm like, "All right, dog. So, what's your favorite horror movie?" And he's like, "Saw." I'm like, "All right, well, never mind. Just kidding."
Yeah, I have that on my Vudu. I still haven't watched the last one, and I used to like eat those up. Just a kind of like a TV series, like what's happening this week on Saw 5, you know. But I don't know. I just feel like it ended, so I don't know why we have another one. But I don't know. Yeah. Did you guys see Jigsaw? Is it?
No. I stopped
watching Saw after Saw. That was
Okay.
the last one I watched. I haven't watched any other Saw films but Saw.
Just the original. That's it.
Yeah.
So the original is the only one that, like all the others, they all look and feel like the exact same movie, so I can't tell them apart.
Yeah, it's hard.
So,
That's why I say it's like a
Plus,
TV
they
series.
start breaking their own rules as they go forward. Like, because the whole point is Jigsaw is supposed to have this code and these rules, but as you watch the movies, you see that he doesn't actually do that, and that he has really strange, bizarre standards. And you just go, well, of course, because he's a crazy serial killer. But still, like, I don't know. I think it's not too well thought out. The only thing I can give Saw is that they do pretty hard. They go pretty hard with the continuity, and I appreciate that kind of thing. But I just imagine, like, for the people, the casual people that would watch a Saw movie every October and would come out, like, they wouldn't have seen it since before. Like, the best way to watch any Saw sequel is watch the other one. You have to watch them all, like, in a row, basically, to fully appreciate them. And then when I say appreciate, like, I'm not a Saw fan. Like, Saw 1 is okay, 2 is garbage, 3 is the worst thing ever. And then I thought 4, hey, this is pretty good. And then 5 completely ruins everything that happened in 4 for me. And that's the last one I saw, 5.
well, Jason Blum has hinted that the new Halloween trailer will be coming out sometime early June. So I don't know if it's going to be the teaser that they showed at that whatever it was a month or so ago.
Did it?
Nope, still not leaked.
What is up with that? Everything leaks. I thought that was so bizarre. I was on every site for like days.
Somebody had recorded Jamie Lee Curtis's intro right up to the point where that starts and then it stops.
I want to see that, but if you want to talk about things leaking from up there, I want to see that Suspiria clip that made everyone get sick to their stomach.
Yeah, what's up? I'm worried. So to talk about both those, the Halloween thing, I've been hyped as fuck about it, but then I started hearing the story about the movie, and it made me not want to see it anymore. But I still am dying to see the trailer, because it seems like they're just pretending. I don't know. I was just like,
I really don't know anything about the story. I've completely
basically what the vibe I got was that like I kind of assumed that they would pretend that 1, 2, and H2O were at least in continuity, but the vibe is it's just one is.
It's just one. It's just
and I was kind of like turned off by that instantly. So I'm not as excited about it as I once was, but I was dying to see the trailer because I do want to see the movie, of course. But that's Suspiria. Like everyone going on about how it's so sickening and people are like throwing up and this the new Suspiria or is Suspiria remake or whatever. I was like, is that for real or is that some like I don't know. I don't know.
Apparently that scene they showed, and I read that description of it. I was like, wow. I mean, it's
what happens? Because like the first, Suspiria.
It's like they have Susie Bannion dancing for everybody, but she's somehow linked to you know how like in the beginning of the film there's that they show those that one lady leave the school and then she goes to her friend's house and they get killed like that. Mm-hmm. This shows like Susie at the school like dancing and like showing off to her class like pirouettes or whatever like that, and while she's doing that, every move she makes with her arms and legs affects like someone else in another area to the point that the other woman's body completely gets turned inside out. And I don't know, but they showed it at lunchtime while they were feeding everybody.
Oh my god!
Wow.
So and the guy who wrote and directed the remake is the guy who did Call Me by Your Name, that movie that won all those Oscars and stuff. So to have somebody like, I don't know, that's a weird film to follow up, a gay drama with Suspiria.
Yeah.
So yeah, and who knows, but they said that the first, I don't know why, but the first cut of it came in at 3 hours. So who knows how long. They'd be pushing their luck if they toss out a 2.5 hour version of Suspiria.
Yeah.
That will not be the version that hits theaters. There will be a nice tight
1 hour and 50 minutes
at the most. Yeah. At the most.
Sure. Yeah, we'll get that on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Well, that's got me. I know. I heard all about the people getting sick and walking out, but I didn't read what the scene was that supposedly made them all sick. But now I'm like, cool, let's watch it.
Yeah, that sounds actually really cool. Like I just assumed it was something shitty, like just some, you know what I mean? Like that sounds actually decent.
And if you read the description of it, it's like, oh, why isn't this leaked? Where's a trailer at least? But listen, I've seen all the Halloween films. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad. I'm not the biggest fan of David Gordon Green as a director because his misses are really bad. But I admire his confidence to be like, not only am I making a sequel, we're going back and we're going to start a new timeline that's going to go off from part one, which is kind of cool. And I think it is. I know you don't like it, but
I don't know. I like part 2 so much.
I do too.
Part 2 means a lot to me. So even that one, just skipping that one hurt me, I guess.
No, I know, but I think what they're trying to do is get away from the idea that they're brother and sister and take it in another thing, which is kind of cool because we've never had a sequel where Michael and Laurie weren't connected. Because in the first one, he's just kind of stalking her. We don't know why.
I'll be honest, I never thought of that angle. I never thought of that angle. And that interests me more now. So thank you, Cameron. I never thought of that angle. I just assumed they'd keep that up.
There must be some sort of connection because she's in it.
Yeah.
True. But I don't know if they're going to go the brother-sister angle. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they did, then that would be a mistake to not include part 2.
And how does it, like, the timeline of it? Like, he's on trial or something? Isn't that how it goes?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I thought I heard he was on trial.
How many years later is it supposed to be? Does anybody know that?
It's got to be,
Well, they got Jamie Lee Curtis to come back, and it's a racing H2O, which is why she came back to begin. She wanted to come back for that film, so she's almost negating what she wanted to do 20 years ago too with this film too. So I don't know.
I don't think it would be very hard for it to be better than H2O. H2O is bland and forgettable.
But you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
I was just looking up David Gordon Green on IMDb to see what else he'd done to give me a refresher on movies he directed. He's actually directing a remake of Friday Night Lights, and that movie came out like
10 years ago.
Yeah, why are you remaking a movie that came out 10 years ago?
And I think they had a TV series. I think they already remade it as a TV series.
I think it's a different school. Like they're gonna do like Dirty Dancing Havana Nights. They're gonna do Friday Night Lights in the school or something.
Somebody realized they didn't have a football movie in a long time. They were like, well, we can't just make a football movie. Everything has to be something old. So we'll do Friday Night Lights again.
But his misses are bad. Your Highness, The Babysitter. Whew.
Which babysitter?
The one with Jonah Hill.
The Rock?
No, the one with Jonah Hill.
Yeah, those are both awful. I've seen. Well, actually, that one I actually saw all the way through. I tried to watch Your Highness and had to quit. It was so crappy. But yeah, those are some bad misses.
But that movie he did. What was the one with Seth Rogen? Observe and Report. Right.
That was funny because that came out at the exact same time as Paul Blart Mall Cop. So there were
I was just gonna say, is that Paul Blart?
There were two Mall Cop movies.
No, it's dark. That one's
it's more of a dark comedy. I've seen most of it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I saw Paul Blart instead.
Yeah.
But he also directed.
Never idea to see Kevin James.
He directed Eastbound and Down, which was pretty outrageous, and
I love that show.
But there's nothing in his background that suggests Halloween. So
no.
But I mean, isn't it him and Danny McBride? None of this makes sense really, except that the encouraging piece is that maybe it's just a couple of guys that are actually legit super fans that just wanted to kind of.
They're super fans, and
maybe it's just crazy enough to work. You know what I mean?
Maybe fucking powers.
And can you imagine if this, just imagine this movie just is awesome and knocks everyone's socks off. Like, we're getting a new Friday. We're getting a new Nightmare. We're getting a new, this
is Carpenter really coming back though? Has he confirmed that he's really coming back to do the music?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's doing the music, and
I thought it was tentative.
Looking up stuff of it. The only thing I could find was, worthless. It was Jamie Lee Curtis at some event, and she went up on stage and she talked for 2 minutes about it.
Well, she
mostly just said a bunch of boring sycophantic stuff. She's like, "Oh, you guys are gonna be so scared," but then she did mention about Carpenter being on board and stuff. So
yeah. Right after she finishes up talking, there is when they screen the teaser or whatever for all that.
I hate listening to her talk about the movie. That's the worst thing. When I got the 30th anniversary Blu-ray.
Oh yeah,
I've heard that's a bad commentary.
The commentary of her and Carpenter is just awful. Carpenter barely talks, and it's just her going, "This part was so scary. Oh, I can't watch. It's so scary." Oh.
She does that on the H2O one as well. I mean, she's just like, "Tell me, Steve, is this a bloody scene? I don't remember this scene."
Yeah. It's a worthless commentary.
Steve Miner sitting there thinking, "I'd rather be doing a commentary for Friday 13th Part 2 than this."
I'd rather hear him talk about Lake Placid. So
you know what? Some badass commentaries. Fucking John Carpenter and what's the guy from The Thing? Oh man,
Kurt Russell, man.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, dude. Kurt Russell, and then the They Live commentary is really good too. But
Yeah, that's good.
Did they just get stoned as fuck and just?
Like I remember there was a lot of bums in this part of LA.
I met Carpenter once, and I said, "Are you and Kurt going to do any more commentaries?" And he goes, "Well, I think we need to make more movies for us to do commentaries for." And I'm like, "No, you got Escape from LA. You have Elvis. Like, where are those commentaries?
How many more do you need?" Yeah.
Well, then what the fuck are you waiting for? Quit smoking weed and playing video games. Get your ass out there and make another fucking movie.
Fucking video games every fucking time.
Well, you think you're gonna live forever? Everybody else is dead. Come on, Carpenter, you're on the clock. Let's go.
Well,
anyway, nobody tells Jamie Lee Curtis something she really needs to hear, and that's shut the fuck up sometimes, because she's Hollywood royalty. So unfortunately, she's got nothing but yes men around her. Just tell her that she's a princess that can do no wrong, and therefore we get to deal with her insufferable ass. Thank you very much.
But Rahu hit on something, because I mean, you know, when it came out and was such a huge success, everybody's like, "Oh, you know, it's gonna, you know, horror is back, blah blah blah." But if Halloween is, well, it doesn't matter if it's good or not. If it makes a ton of money, you know,
they're gonna make them, whether they're shitty or not. They're gonna, like, everyone's gonna dive in.
Well, it's been 10 years since pretty much the Friday remake and the Elm Street remake. So
they'll just pretend those didn't happen. They'll go do a new Friday remake. They'll do a new Nightmare remake.
And they're all under the same roof. So I mean, you've Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, they can run wild with those.
Halloween, I'm predicting already. It's either going to be like kind of how it was. It's either going to be, if they promote it right, and even to go back even further, Blair Witch, it's either going to be massively big and be a huge hit, or it's just going to be a complete bomb.
But they're doing it smart. They're doing it smart. They're actually releasing it in October and not in August.
Yeah,
like the last 6 of them.
I love that.
It'll at least have a big opening weekend just because it's Halloween in October. Jamie Lee Curtis, John Carpenter. It's going to have a huge opening weekend, which is what the Friday the 13th remake had. And then when people were like, it sank like a stone.
And also remember, it's Blumhouse doing it, and they don't spend more than $20 million on a movie. So even if they have like a $25 million opening weekend, well, thank you. You just made your money back.
I'm rooting for it. I hope it's good. I don't want it to suck. We've had enough shitty Halloween movies, right?
It's my favorite of the franchises, so you know. And I had to suffer through Rob Zombie, which I hated so very much.
Look, because of him, there can be no worse, right? So,
well,
I mean, unless Busta Rhymes pops in for a cameo, I don't think it's going to suck that bad.
Yeah,
you know, we got the original Michael back, which is kind of funny because he's a tad bit up in age, but it matches with Jamie Lee, so that's cool. Hopefully, we get a little of the original feel back too. That's been missing.
Yeah, you know what? Because you think about, like, what could they do that the other 10 movies don't do? And I think the only thing they can really do is take us back to Haddonfield, like, for real. Like, not just like peripheral and then we're somewhere else. I mean, like, give us that small town feeling. Like, one thing I love about Halloween, besides the story and everything else, is the mood. You really, even though they shot it in Pasadena, it feels like a legit small town.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So legit small town in, you know, the fall.
Illinois.
Exactly. And they were shooting it, you know, it was Pasadena, and the leaves were like fake leaves that they were putting in the garbage bag.
I never even considered, like, you know, years and years of watching that. When I found out it was filmed in California, I was just like, what? Because like it's like when you watch the Friday the 13th remake, as much as I do actually enjoy that movie does not look like it's in friggin' like New Jersey, like on like the lake, the Crystal Lake. You can't even see through the water. It's like green, like you know what I mean. They did not pick a good location for that. So, you know, people can bomb it, but yeah, that'd be great. I'm looking forward to it cautiously, I guess is my. I wasn't at first. I was all in, and now I'm cautiously optimistic on that one.
I just hope they go for it. I hope it has some edge.
And Danny McBride, I just don't see how those two guys are going to be the saviors of the franchise. But weirder shit has happened, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see what everybody's talking about in the chat. Joe Caroluzzo says, "Hey Orc, I hope you're feeling better, buddy."
I'm doing my best. Thank you for the good words. I appreciate it, buddy. 2 thumbs up.
Ooh, yeah.
A Bearded Slasher says Resurrection was worse than Rob Zombie. What Resurrection has in its favor is that it's only 90 minutes long.
Yeah.
Resurrection was a fucking art piece. When I saw Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2, I was, PC shit aside, I was like, I'm disgusted I'm Caucasian. That's what those 2 films were.
Yeah. Resurrection's pretty bad, but I can't make it worse than those.
And House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects are good movies. I like them. They're fun, 2-hour movies. But the Rob Zombie Halloween movies, oh my god, they're fucking dog shit. I would say that to Zombie's face. He'd be like, "Hey, yeah!" I'd be like, "No, those movies."
Like, hey, no.
I'd be like, go on stage, get your oxygen, and let's fucking rock this place. Let's go.
I think if he had a different writer and then he just directed it, I think the films would have been better.
Yeah.
I don't know. He has such a distinctive style. I don't think there's any getting away from it.
Pierce Nightshade says, Pizzelle, are you interested in seeing First Reformed with Ethan Hawke? I've not heard a thing about that movie. Joe Caraluzzo wants to know, where's my man Jeremy? Jeremy's in bed. Jeremy goes to bed like an old man. He's like 8 o'clock. Night. He's off to bed.
Hey, well, that's Jeremy smart as fuck, dude, because that's more McGriddles for him.
That's
we know.
That's true. Although he's more of a sausage biscuit man, but he
it's Fielder's choice at that point. You roll into McDonald's at 6 a.m. They're like, "Why do you have that?"
Is that why is this called the Sausage Factory?
It's open to interpretation.
It's open to it. Exactly. The 90s guy is talking about Deadpool 2. Has anybody seen Deadpool 2 yet?
Jay saw it. We didn't really get to talk about it. His overall impression was good. I plan to see it within the next couple days.
Okay.
Apparently there's a big extended cut coming to Blu-ray. So
one of my local theaters actually turned a grown adult man away from the box office because he didn't have an ID. A clearly adult over the age of 18 man, because he did not have.
I think they're showing something X-rated there. Come on, people.
They must. Yeah. I mean, it's like, come on, man.
What's kind of cool about the movie, it seems to have caused a surge in popularity for the underrated character Domino. Domino has always been a really cool character, so that's kind of neat. I think she's getting her own limited series coming up in a little while because probably of a push from the movie. So I'm interested to see this interpretation of her.
My brother was talking about Domino for months, and I kept thinking he was talking about that movie with Keira Knightley in it. Yeah. And I'm thinking, why are you talking about that? You know what I mean? Why is that movie on your radar?
There's a different female assassin, Domino.
Yeah, and then I realized, oh wait, there's Domino, the
Marvel
comic. Exactly. So I was like, he taught me that one. But I was thinking, he saw that Keira Knightley movie? What the hell? That's weird.
I can still hear it in my head. I'm Domino Harvey.
Yeah.
That was the follow-up to Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood. Domino, motherfucker. Ice Cube.
Let's see what else is going on out in the chat. Manny Jatio is watching with us tonight. Movie Man 95. Jamie Michelle is watching with us as well. Hildred Rives is watching tonight. Sorry, I know I destroyed your last name. And our old buddy Jerpin is watching with us tonight as well. Lots of talk of Creed 2 in the chat. Is Creed 2 happening?
Yes, it is. And he's fighting Ivan Drago's kid.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yes.
I didn't watch the first Creed. I haven't watched a Rocky since Rocky 5. I really need to watch Rocky Balboa.
I liked Rocky
Balboa. It's surprisingly good. It's one of those movies where the odds are so against it. It seems so stupid, but it pulls it off pretty well, I think.
And that's the theme of the movie too.
Yeah, really. It is, yeah.
I should really watch that and Creed.
Oh, that's a good double feature.
Bearded Slasher just won best comment of the night. Rappers and horror go together like Stephen Hawking and stairs.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like I like that a lot of rappers are horror fans, but yeah, they shouldn't actually wind up in the movies.
Yeah, I still have never seen Bones. So,
I think is that the one with Snoop Dogg?
yeah.
I saw that years ago. Don't remember a thing.
What about them fucking Leprechaun to the Hood?
I think I saw the first one, but I don't remember.
I stopped watching Leprechaun after 4. I think I have the first 4, but
There's a lot of rappers in newer-ish movies. We'll just put it that way. And I'm the only one who pulls it off halfway. Is Ice Cube. That's it.
Well, he was kind of the start, right?
T.I.
Him and Ice-T,
Right.
same year. Between New
But
Jack and Boys in the Hood.
Snoop Dogg, nope. T.I., nope. Insert new guy who's a new rapper who I just
50
learned
Cent,
about
nope.
yesterday. Nope. Yeah.
How did you feel about Eminem's 8 Mile?
Oh, well, that's true. But that's really the only
Mom
movie.
Spaghetti, man. Mom Spaghetti.
Yeah. I'd say the two best movies with rappers in them were 8 Mile and Friday. But
Not
8
cool as
Mile
Ice.
gets praised
What's
today.
the
It's
name
like,
of the one Tupac did? Tupac did a movie. before he died.
Many.
He did many movies?
Yeah,
Jeez.
he's done like 10 movies. He like 8 of them came out after he died.
Holy crap. I only am aware of one. Wow, I'll have to look into that.
But Poetic Justice?
That doesn't
That's
sound
illegal.
like the title, but it could be.
That's the John Singleton one.
Not 100% sure. I'll have to look into it.
but anyone who's like a teen now, it's 8 Mile. 8 Mile is like the holy grail. It's like their Godfather movie, which is, I mean, it's not that great of a movie, but it's not that bad either. But just to have it on that high standards, it's just like, I don't know. It's a good movie, but I mean,
It's okay for what it is.
Mom Spaghetti.
Mom
Isn't
Spaghetti.
that Brittany,
Is nervous.
Brittany Snow?
Brittany, she passed.
Yeah, the
Brittany
one who
Murphy.
died.
Yeah.
Brittany Murphy. Sorry,
Brittany
yes,
Murphy,
yes.
yeah.
Or Brittany Murphy.
There's no movie. There's no Mekhi Phifer.
Jerpin wants to know if we are going to be doing a 30th anniversary License to Drive commentary on July 6th, and I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea.
I don't care.
I love License to Drive, and 30 years, geez, oh Pete.
Yeah, and the film I'm making is actually based on another Heather Graham character, so that would be perfect.
Nice.
Heather Graham.
Let's see if we can get Heather Graham on that commentary. Heather Graham's got to be what, late 40s? She's still looking.
And she just directed her first feature, went straight to VOD, called Half Magic, in which she plays a woman who's got like witch powers and turns men into her sexual playthings.
Nice.
Right on.
Hashtag feminism.
Add to cart. 2 more items in cart. Okay. There we go.
Getting a lot of fun tonight, Orc.
Amazon
later,
wish list
bookmark.
is getting longer and longer. Right?
Rocky Voorhees wants to know if any of us know what's going on with Justin Beam's Halloween book. I think there's still like rights issues, and there's just issues with that book, with that series in general. So I don't. At one point he said he was might have been last year that he was going to sit down and try and finish it, but I think there were more issues. So I don't know for sure. You may want to shoot him up. Well, he's actually not on social media anymore. He dropped off of social media for some reason. I'm not sure.
Probably
why.
having to get that friggin' book together. Like the same thing with putting the films together and sets and stuff like that, right? Like it's nobody wants to let that happen.
Yeah. And the Halloween series in particular is just a minefield of litigation.
That's just it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be impossible to get that piece together.
Yeah.
Well, they managed to. I mean, that box set's pretty sweet.
They did. They moved heaven and earth. I don't know how they did it, but they somehow did it. I mean, kudos to them. Kudos to them.
Mm-hmm. Somebody brought up my boy LL in here. Bearded Slasher. We've been talking about rappers and movies.
Ladies
LL
love Cool
J
J.
is the coolest motherfucker on the planet. He
You know
just
what?
exudes.
LL,
That's right, his name.
It's true. And I mean, he was perfectly fine in Halloween H2O.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine in Halloween H2O.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
He's been carrying a TV show for the last couple of years. He's doing
I've
like
seen
a
so much
NCIS or
worse
something.
since. I've seen so much worse since that I don't want to pick on him for being in that movie. But I mean, I don't know. It's too much with the the comedy with him, especially at the end. I'm gonna write a thriller, a romantic thriller. You know, I don't know. Like he should have died. Like the body count is too.
I don't know
low
why
in that
he
movie.
lived. I'll give you that.
The body
I
count is
expected
too
him to
low
be-
in that movie. Like 6 people live at the end.
It was honestly like they're like, we can't kill him.
It's like Jamie Lee Curtis, Josh Hartnett's girlfriend, and LL Cool J, and maybe even somebody else. Like they all survive. Like,
Well, I mean, and like
like
LL gets shot like 5 times.
Yeah, I literally think that after they did that, they rethought and they were like, we can't do it. We can't kill LL Cool J.
We can't kill Cool J.
They're like, let's rewrite.
But they should have killed Buster Rhymes.
Yeah, they should have.
Oh God, I wish.
LL killed by a shark. Or no, he doesn't. He survives that too.
Yeah,
well, Mr. Weinstein before,
which I think actually was hilarious.
Does he survive virus too? Is he in virus?
No, it's some other black guy.
Okay.
It's funny, I was thinking of that movie the other day because I was making a list of worst movies I've seen in theaters.
I wonder if Jamie Lee's coming back because
Jamie Lee Curtis isn't that.
She hated that she had to come back for Resurrection and shoot that scene. You know, so
yeah, probably
maybe. Well, because they offered her an enormous amount of money. And I'm sure, like, you know, points on the movie. So if it's a hit, you know, she'll be raking in even more money. And, you know, she's
the house in the Hamptons need more money.
She doesn't need more money.
Well, you know, she's got kids. You know what I mean? Those kids are going to have kids. You know what I mean? She's got to set them up.
It's a dynasty now, is it? Nobody can work for themselves. For God's sake, Anderson Cooper didn't live off his mom's tit. He went and got a job.
Yeah. Now he's one of the best journalists in the planet.
Okay.
There you go.
And he sucks cock.
Oh my God, Rocky Voorhees.
God damn it, man.
Rocky Voorhees mentions Bill and Ted 3. You guys have heard that Bill and Ted 3 is apparently happening, right?
Terrible idea. Terrible idea.
Fantastic idea.
Why is that fantastic? They're in their 50s.
That's the point.
Because wild stallions don't age, okay?
And the plot.
No, Keanu Reeves doesn't age.
The original idea for it is fantastic. The idea that they're 50 years old, stuck in a dead-end job because Wild Stallion never happened, and they don't understand why. They thought they were going to save the universe.
It's like a way older version of Clerks 2.
You know what's funny? I saw a video that somebody had taken on a subway of Keanu Reeves. This is one of the biggest movie stars in the world. You would think everybody in the world would recognize him. He's just sitting public subway, just sitting there. He no cap over his face, no sunglasses, no huge beard. You know, just this is Neo on a subway train. People all around him walking by, nobody paying any attention to him. And then he gets up and offers a woman his seat, and she's just like, "Thanks, dude," and sits down. And now he's just standing there in front of everybody. Mm-hmm. Nobody, or they're just like, you know, this is such a I live such a miserable existence. Like I'm sitting in some bum's urine right now. Why do I care that Keanu is standing in front of me, you know, on this subway? But
I saw that video too, and I was like, maybe he's on there every day. Like it's just, it's Keanu again. Like,
I get, but why is Keanu taking the subway? You know what I mean?
It's one of those things.
I don't recognize people, so I don't know. Maybe just nobody there recognizes. Like,
I don't know.
If I saw Keanu Reeves, I would have been 80% sure it was him. It wouldn't be enough. I'd be like, is that Keanu? Like, I would never be able to tell for sure. I'm not good at that with anybody.
I would know.
Lose my shit.
The issue would be, okay, you know, if I rush him to hug him, will he pull out some Neo moves and like John Wick me or something? You know what I mean?
He's been on the John Wick train for a little while now, and he gets into that shit.
Yeah,
like I watched a video of him learning how to like gunplay. Like he learned all that shit and like did this crazy course and stuff. I would like he'd all of a sudden just be like stab you to death and shoot you in the face and stuff. It'd be nuts.
Like I would think that I would handle it cool. Like I'd be like, you know, Mr. Reeves, man, I'm a huge fan, and you know, but I'd probably be like, Mr. Reeves, Bill and Ted is awesome.
Yeah, that'd be me too. But I saw the video and I was incredulous that he's just sitting there.
Yeah, just full on Keanu, man.
Yeah. I wonder how hard it was to talk him into doing Knock Knock with Eli Roth.
I don't even. How does that?
I've not
seen
the one
where the two young women come to the door or whatever. Like, that
I
was
still wanna see
the
it.
biggest departure. Like when you watch his like career arc for the last little while, and then it's like all of a sudden knockback. It was like I remember when that first came out, I was like, "There's no way I'm going to watch this movie," but I was like, "It's so bizarre." I thought maybe somebody had like something over his head,
Well, he is
or like,
actually
he owed someone a
in the Neon
favor.
Demon.
What's that?
He's in the Neon Demon, which is a weird movie, and
Yeah.
he's a total creep.
Oh,
in
he's
it.
in that one?
He
Yeah.
is in that one, yeah.
He's not like a main character, but he's there. He's like this really scuzzy pimp guy.
Well, that's kind of an interesting character for him.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's worth seeing.
Yeah, it's really it's Nicholas Winding Refn, so I mean it's very
You get to see what's her name? She was always such a great high school girl. Now she's older, of course, but you know she was in all those movies like Saved and Donnie Darko.
Jenna Malone.
We need to talk about Kevin or whatever. I think that, yeah, or was that the United States of Leland? One of those two. Jenna Malone. Yeah, so you get to see Jenna Malone like have sex with a corpse. So
that's
I already saw her in Sucker Punch, where she basically fucked us by being in that movie. So
that's pretty cool though. Like I see
Sucker Punch is okay because it spawned really great cosplay.
Sure.
So I'm all for that.
But it's really nice to see people who are like as big as Deadmau5 and Keanu Reeves. Oddly enough, both from Canada, and there are some American and people from all around like the world who are like that. But for those two guys in particular, like Deadmau5 will be like at a Vegas pool party with like tons of like strippers and like cocaine and stuff, and he'll be like, "Why am I here right now? This fucking sucks." And then Keanu Reeves goes to do a Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and they're like, "Do you like to do cocaine off of like hookers' asses? And like, what movies do you watch and how many cars do you own?" And he's like, "No, I just like to read books. That's pretty much it, really."
Yeah,
that's all.
I mean, not to toot it, but it is. Yeah, I think Canadians are a little more laid back about fame.
He's also a vampire, so he's been doing this for a long time.
But I mean, it's just good to see anyone who has that much money and that much influence over people be that humble. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
Or did you notice that they played the Deadmau5 at Vegas?
When they had Michael Buffer, dude.
Yeah, when the Knights come out. Yeah. That was pretty cool. I was like, I know that song because I saw it live. Which is weird.
Manny Jatillo, I'm not sure if you're being ironic or not, but you post can't wait till the Crow remake. That was announced today that's not happening now.
Yeah. Well, the director and Momoa left. This movie's like, this has happened how many times?
Yeah.
We don't need it. I mean, I'm more excited the fact that Blumhouse is making Spawn with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a better use.
I know Cole was on Twitter just drooling over Jamie Foxx's Spawn, salivating. So
I said I didn't think it was a good choice, but at the end of the day, I don't care that much about Spawn, so it doesn't matter.
No, but we actually have
even doing a Spawn movie. Like what?
But they actually have the special effects today to do one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all for a Spawn movie. It's fun. Bring it on.
But like Spawn was big. Like there was a period of time where Spawn was big. The TV show, the comics were hot. They made a movie, and then like I haven't heard the name Spawn. I was just surprised as hell to hear that, and then to hear that they got Jamie Foxx, I was like, that's really, I don't know, is that out of nowhere?
And Todd McFarlane's writing and directing it.
So. Yeah, like I just saw Todd McFarlane randomly on the Toys That Made Us.
Todd McFarlane fucking did something.
Yeah, like he was like I saw him on the Toys That Made Us. I was like, where have you been, man?
Talk about a guy that's been sitting on his hands for 15 years.
Yeah.
He's been writing Spawn movies.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to get the Spawn movie
out.
I mean,
he's so different from a lot of artists in that he's a real businessman. Like he really got into the business side. And he's good at it, and that's great. Like he's made more money from his toys than any of his comics or anything like that.
How sick is that though? You're just sitting on millions and millions, and then like Cole said, you're just like, well, let's just release a new line of figures, and let's make it what's some new fucking movie? John Wick figures. Let's release 5 of those.
So he can buy another, baseball. Yeah. That's what he does.
That's all you need to do.
He buys super expensive baseball memorabilia. Yeah. He bought what is it, Mark McGwire's home run breaking ball, which
that's right.
His last Big Mac that he ate.
Fuck yeah. He wouldn't have left anything. You mean the wrapper?
They come in a box.
I'd like to see a guy like Barry Bonds eat a Big Mac. He must just unhinge his jaw. Because shove the whole thing in, I assume.
Back to McDonald's.
Those roided up monsters.
We're back to McDonald's.
I don't think
Well,
that's a controversial statement.
Well, let's veer into some fast food. Orc, tell us about some of your most recent fast food meals.
Not much, man. I'm slacking. Like, I don't know. I think I'm coming.
Have you
to
had
an
the
end
fresh?
here.
Do they have the fresh quarter pounder in your area?
Oh, they're actually really good. I mean,
I would love to have one. I would love to have one.
They've like for real.
They aren't here yet. Yeah,
They've like for real changed it up, and they're good. They're good.
Wait, how's it different?
Their beef is frozen, like all their beef is, but then now they're having fresh beef. It's only in certain areas in the States, I think, right now.
Oh, well, we get that with A&W.
We get that with Wendy's too, but
Wendy's around here supposedly has that too.
Yeah,
but
our Wendy's are all fresh beef.
Yeah, I've noticed a marked improvement on the quarter pounder now.
Yeah, so I definitely want to try that out. I saw that the other day, and I was checking to see. I think it's probably in Toronto. You know what I mean, like that kind of a thing. But I don't think it's hit much of Canada yet. So
I haven't tried it yet, so I can't confirm. Piz says it's good, but until anything beats 3 triple baconators, I think I'm set for my third burger. That's my go-to. I seriously, here's what
triple baconators.
I would order
they
3
have
triple
that?
baconators.
Triple bypass.
Triple baconators.
They do, yeah.
I would order 3 triple baconators, a large Diet Coke, trying to watch calories, a large
Three?
That's 9. That's 9 patties.
Yep.
Talk about having to unhinge your jaw to get that thing in.
A large Diet Coke, large fries, and a large Frosty. And the guy would look at me. He's like, you're gonna die, and then be some like crazy ass
like I
like
should
$20.
legally be allowed to give you this, even though you paid for it.
But I do like the touch of the Diet Coke. The Diet Coke on top of it.
You gotta have the Diet Coke.
What if the guy like feels responsible? Like, I can't. In good conscience, I can't give you this much food, sir.
He did. He was this really cool. He was this really cool Asian manager guy, and he's like,
oh boy.
Okay,
it's like a bartender cutting you off, right? He's just like, Bork, you've been in here 3 times this week. We're not taking your life.
He'd be like, I'll give you one and call a cab. Let's there you go.
Let me ask
you. We have a
Coca-Cola.
triple bacon. Holy shit!
Not quite as good as the raspberry.
One time I made a double bacon egg and cheese hamburger at my house, and I ate it. It was glorious at 11:45 at night, and I had to be up early in the morning, so I went to bed at like midnight. I literally could feel my arteries closing while I was laying there in bed. It was horrible. I felt like I was gonna die. So I can't even imagine triple baconators.
The American dream isn't making it with your own business. It's just having $20 and going to a fast food restaurant. That's
if I can ever I talked about this. My wife and I were kind of joking about going down to the States in the next little while, just like crossing the border. And I was like, if I go, I have to go with Orc, and I have to get fast food because I was like, I have to experience that with him. That would be my dream.
You do have the apps, right? Or you use the app so you get like discounts, right?
Where I live, no, I don't use the apps, and I have a shitty cell phone. I can have like 5 apps on my phone, so I have like YouTube, Twitch, and like that's it. I'm slacking hardcore in the phone game.
Wow,
hardcore. But like Uber, there's like maybe one driver around where I am. It's a small
We
town.
don't have Uber, so no.
No, that's why I'm jealous about like because you live in a decent sized town in California and you have Uber Eats, man. I'd order Domino's and then get Uber Eats McDonald's to my house at the same time. I'd be like, what's up?
See which one can get to your house quicker.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of shut-ins in California that just never go anywhere.
No, it's any big city, but yeah, no. Well, California's our lower.
They also have grocery stores where you can order all your groceries and they'll just bring them to your house.
We have it. You can pick it up. You can order your groceries and then pick it up. Like you just pull in and they just load your car.
I guess that's pretty good for all those like big houses in Beverly Hills where they have like like eyes wide shut parties.
Yeah, like if you live in LA, like Kevin Smith like literally gets like $500 worth of shit just delivered to him. He's just like, I want this many ice cream.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Kevin Smith doesn't. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. But yeah,
all sugar.
We've got a Kroger nearby that does that, where you can like order whatever you want online, and then go through the drive-through or wherever, and it's bagged up and ready for you. So,
but picking up is that defeats the purpose of the fun of it. You know, do you deliver me a pizza? I want my McDonald's. You bring me my Prime package. That's
Does
how.
Walmart deliver in your area? Because if I order like $35 or more online at my local Walmart, they'll actually deliver it to me.
You guys live in a dream world. This is unbelievable.
I
Like,
know,
Walmart delivers fucking.
If you live here, no bullshit. You know how much we love God in this country, right? If you live next to an Amazon warehouse on a fucking Sunday, you can get Sunday mail delivery, or you can get 2-hour delivery from Amazon. If you live in like Austin, Texas, I'm not even joking.
Well, they talked about for a while those drones, bringing it right to your
Yeah.
doorstep. That won't ever happen in my area because it'll fly over Salinas and they'll just shoot them out of the sky.
Yeah, that's not happening in Kentucky.
Yeah, but now they're just skipping to they're going to put the special lock on your door so they can get in your house.
Yeah.
Like, I'm waiting for the first time somebody has some creepy top fives video of the Amazon guy getting in the house and fucking the cat or something.
It's probably already happened and it's on worldstar.com. But seriously, people, here's a PSA. How about from Orc, the dumbest fucking person on TSF? If you own a Google Home or Apple Home or Amazon Echo, and it's too bad Jay isn't here, you're a fucking dumbass. If you want to connect, you're a dumbass.
You know what? I love the Alexa stories. Alexa does the creepiest shit. I love to look up and see what Alexa
just laughs at people and records.
Yeah, like Alexa recorded a woman's conversation and then sent it to some random guy. Like, I was like, how did it ever get programmed to do that?
It's a learning computer.
Like, if you have $100 lying around and you like get one of those, they're not even 100 anymore. They're like 50 or 40.
It's like
and
$60 to get one. Yeah.
Just
I don't know what I would.
Pizza online, you have to fucking say, Alexa, I want pepperoni. No, you're fucking stupid. You're so stupid.
If I got Alexa for free, I don't know what I would do with her. Like, what
I'd
can
sell
she
it
do that I
instantly.
need her for to do? Alexa, adjust the heat. Like, I can't do
And
that.
to do all that, you got it like connected, right? Like, there's a bunch of people that got it, and all they can do with it is just go, Alexa, play Nickelback. that's all they're doing with it. You know what I mean?
One of my buddies.
That makes Alexa explode, I assume.
Yeah, like it's.
One of my buddies said that they bought it for their father, and all he can do is ask it like, "What's the time and what's the weather?" And that's all he does. Yeah, that's all he does.
That's funny.
Well, that's all some old people care about.
Cole, I do want to get your opinion on the new Venom trailer. Did you see it? Are you excited?
I haven't seen the one that shows stuff. I've only seen the one that doesn't show.
Okay.
I watched the one that shows stuff. And like I'll say the same thing, like the same thing I've been saying from the beginning of this movie being announced. If they don't tie this into Spider-Man, they're just wasting their time.
Yeah, there's no point.
Like, if they're gonna do this movie and just completely pretend, like with the way Sony's like Spider-Man's doing so well right now,
is tied up in Spider-Man.
Like as far as I can tell, they're gonna skip it. And like he looks great. I thought he looked great at the end of the trailer. There's all these memes and stuff like that. Like he looked shitty or something like that. I thought he looked great. And the voice sounded perfect. And I was just like, okay. But like if they don't bring Tom Holland into this, even for a cameo, like they're just wasting their time.
I don't know. It just makes me so sad. Like one of my favorite arcs in all of comics is the black suit stuff. And to see it handled so shitty
why can't they just do it?
And it's not like it didn't be done well, because it was done really well in that animated series in the 90s. They did a great job of it. And that's only a 2-part episode, which is still shorter than any goddamn movie. And they did it, and then they completely fuck it up in the 2006 movie, or 2007 or whatever.
Wow, Raimi did that on purpose.
And now they're just going to leapfrog it and just go straight to Venom. It's like, why can he make webs? Are they going to make webs? Oh, okay. So he wanted to make
webs. The only thing they show, the only mechanic they show is like the symbiote kind of doing things. It's like there's no
stick to wall.
I would say they'll skip all that. I'm assuming that, like I said, like they made some kind of deal with Spider-Man and Marvel, and but it's only for that. I would say that even stuff that's connected to it, like when they decided to make this movie, when they just made that decision, they should have tried to tie that in, and when they didn't do that,
who does Venom fight?
No, but Peter Parker is in it.
He is.
Yeah, he's going to be a small part, very small.
Small part, like as long as it's just a cameo or something. Like, I would love to see him actually. Like, yeah, you're right. Who's he going to fight? Like, he should be fighting Spider-Man, but
I mean, obviously, I think they're not going to have the symbiote be with Peter first. So, to me, the whole thing's flawed from the ground up, because that's how he gets his powers. He's supposed to be connected. I
don't know. With diehard comic book fans like Cole, it must be so weird just seeing shit you've grown up with your whole life, and then just seeing really shitty movies or just mediocre movies. Like I've been playing Warcraft since '94.
Well, things now are so much better than they were.
Yeah, and they're a lot better. I can't complain that much. You know, it's not like going into the theater and seeing like fucking Batman Forever. Oh my god, I remember thinking Batman Forever was half decent when I saw it in 1995. Now I'm just like, because that was the best I could hope for. I knew it wasn't any good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, seeing
things have gotten so much better.
Seeing like Tommy Lee Jones like giggling his ass off as you know,
I think that movie honestly is nearly unwatchable. I can actually watch Batman and Robin more than I could Batman Forever.
I'm the other way.
I'm the other way. There's an entertainment factor. Yeah, same here. It's still really stupid and awful, but
I mean, Batman and Robin is a terrible, terrible movie, but it seems to like know it's bad.
It is.
Well,
it doesn't pretend to be more than what it is, like maybe Batman Forever does. Because I agree with you, Cameron. I've rewatched Batman Forever somewhat recently. It's horrible.
It's horrible, man.
I'm sorry, Ryan. How about that on this one, man?
I'm not gonna say it's good because it's not.
Well, Batman and Robin is actually Mike's favorite of the entire Batman saga.
Hey, listen, if they had when they screened it for the director Schumacher and Warner Brothers, if they had gone in there and just put in the pows and bams and that from the 60s show, Batman and Robin would have been like loved by so many people, even as bad as it is.
They should have gone full ham, really.
I'm sure my Canadian brethren have my back on this. Batman Forever, top 10 soundtracks of all time. I'm sorry.
It's a pretty good soundtrack.
I actually listened to that soundtrack nonstop.
Good soundtrack.
That's a good U2 song.
Yeah.
Kiss from a Rose.
Yep.
Of course.
All day, baby. All day.
Yeah. I feel like with the comic book movies right now, ever since Marvel scored that deal with Disney scored that deal with Fox or whatever's going on there, like I can't anticipate anything that's not being made by Marvel Studios anymore. I'm literally at that point where, like, I know they're going to do a Gambit movie, and there's this New Mutants movie or whatever the hell they got coming out. Like, I'm just waiting for them to do X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It's coming.
That's nothing else matters.
Trying to do something different. I appreciate that. It's got a really different vibe to it. It's like
that's one of the things they talk about. Phase 4 being like Fantastic Four, X-Men being brought in.
I was like my biggest thing. Like I actually did manage to see Infinity War, and I knew that it wouldn't happen. But my dream was to see like the coda at the end of it somehow hint at. I knew they said that wasn't going to happen, but my dream was to see it hint at X-Men in some fashion. But of course I knew, because they're basically saying, Fox is like, well, we still got movies in the pipeline. I'm like, don't waste your time making them, because
I know, that's how I feel.
I don't care now.
I don't care.
Well, how badly did Paramount mess up? I mean, they must have done something, right? Because they released Iron Man 2, Thor, and Captain America: First Avenger, and all of a sudden Avengers is with Disney, and then everything else has been with Disney since. Like, what happened there? How did Paramount release the first 4 films in the Marvel films, and then
I don't know what went down there.
On a history of bad decisions.
Seems like
it. I'm just at like this whole Venom movie. I knew Sony was making it. I knew it wasn't technically. Now that I hear that's encouraging to hear that there's at least a cameo that it is connected. Because I'm at the point now, if it's not connected, like I could give a shit about anything else. It's got to be connected now for me.
I'm all for making allowances. You have to change things, but not when it makes zero sense. And to me, Venom, his whole identity is based on Spider-Man. That is what he is. He's a derivative of Spider-Man. But
can we please have Carnage?
Well, you need to have Venom first. You need Venom to get to Carnage, but who knows?
Can we please have Morbius? I want Morbius.
You're damn right.
Morbius should have been in a Blade movie.
I was going to say,
why the fuck wasn't he in one of the Blade movies? They made 3 Blade movies, and they're all pretty decent. It's too bad Morbius isn't in any of them, because he totally could have been. Because he and Blade have real history.
No doubt.
That's too bad.
I've got my buddy Joe Reese wants to know about an upcoming movie, but I want to let everybody out there know about what's going on over on my channel tomorrow night, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Friday the 13th Support Crystal Lake fundraiser with special guests Peter Brackey and Jason Parker of Friday the 13th franchise.com, as well as some of the folks here. I'm sure we'll be dropping in from time to time to help keep me awake as we dive into what I'm sure will be a 7 or 8 hour journey And it's all to raise funds to help Camp Novi Bosco, the shooting location of the original Friday the 13th, to provide repairs to the screen-used cabins from the film to preserve and prolong their existence for future generations to enjoy. So it's for a great cause. It starts tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel. You guys show up, hang out with us, talk about the movies, and if you can, please feel free to make a donation. So,
Piz, can I ask you a question about that camp? Have
Sure.
they embraced now the idea of people, like, because I know for a long time they didn't let people onto the
I think
property.
they do a yearly
to see
thing
it.
now, don't they?
The only time they let people onto the camp is during the tours or when they have like, camp, when they have camp. Other than that, the camp is off. It's supposed to be off limits, but I was talking to some of the people who live in Blairstown and they're like, we sneak in there all the time. So, but I did ask one of the guys, one of the counselors who was taking us on the tour. I was like, do a lot of people like sneak in here? And he's like, yeah. Most recently, we had to run off a couple of guys who drove all the way down here from Canada just to get in, and like they were in here running around at like
Oh yeah, that was us.
2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
They caught us.
And,
Yeah,
So, I'm assuming they must have cameras there, all over the place that they watch people. I don't know, but
I find it surprised they can afford that. I feel like they just supposed to have some security guys walking around or something.
But I guess the two guys from Canada weren't being too surreptitious or something. I don't know, but they had to run them out at like middle of the night. But
I haven't seen your video yet. Was it pretty wild to like go visit?
Oh my God, it was it was fantastic. It was just one of those like to stand in front of that lake and be on that beach where the ultimate cat fight in horror history took place, and like I'm standing in the cabin where Kevin Bacon got through the throat, and it was awesome. And all those cabins, the only cabin that's not there is the one is not still there is the one that Alice is nailing the gutter on. That one just it weathered and decayed and just fell over time. All the other cabins are still there. We got to go in all of them. We didn't go. They wouldn't let us into where the guy gets killed and hung on the door when he's trying to repair the generator. That's really where the generator is. So they wouldn't let us in there. But we got to go, look at that place. And then there was where the two get killed at the beginning of the film. They wouldn't let us in there because that was like storage and whatever.
Does it feel like 1979 when you're there?
If it felt, I think I was just in like a 3-hour continuous state of euphoria the entire time I was there.
Yeah. And what was it like going to the mall for Dawn?
Oh yeah, that was cool too. That was really cool too. It's weird because it's very much different than when it was then, but it still kind of has, it still has enough of Dawn of the Dead there to kind of be like to look like Dawn of the Dead, but it's very modernized. And like if you talk to people in the mall, they're like, oh, this has changed and that's changed, and they shot so much of it, here where the movie theater is, that's where JCPenney used to be, but the theater's there now, and they added on like a new wing, but it was really cool. It was really cool. And the people of Blairstown, it's really weird because we went to the diner, where the guy is Steve Christie before he goes and dies. We went to that diner, and it was packed, of course, and people in there. The shirts for the people who work at the diner, they all have hockey masks on the back of them, but they're not the Jason hockey mask. They're like the Part 5 poster hockey mask, which I thought was funny. I guess maybe a rights issue or something. I don't know, but it was just really cool running around there. I got up early one morning and we went down to like the main street where the woman walks through the town, and I went and walked all through that and took pictures, and we went to the graveyard where she gets dropped off by the trucker guy. I had to park in like this dude's yard to get out and run up and take pictures of the graveyard, and the guy came in and he just looked at me like, You know, like you freaking freaks, man. You know, it's like that's a graveyard over there. You freak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My pappy's buried over there. You know,
Yeah.
but you know.
I was,
But
yeah,
it was a amazing experience. Amazing experience.
Yeah, because it got me thinking, like, where on my checklist of horrors, hallowed grounds would I want to go and see? And the only thing that I can think of, just because I just think it would be insane to go, would be to that town where the town that dreaded sundown is.
That is where
Texarkana.
That is where I want to go. See what we did. My girlfriend and I, we went on a road trip that went through New Jersey and Monroeville. I've told her, I said, the next one we've got to go southwest because I want to go to Texarkana, and of course to Texas,
the Leatherface house.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, because didn't I'm so sorry. I'm spacing on his name. I'm tired. But one of the Sausage Factory members, Barry. Yeah, he went to it, and it was like that was a great video.
Yep.
Yeah. Well.
Yep. But yeah, I would like to go to Texarkana, and if you go there at the right time of year, they do that big screening in the town of the film.
Right.
Yeah, they do one every year. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is wild.
That would be really weird. Yeah, especially because I think a lot of the family members of the victims are dead now, but there for a long time they were screening that, and it's like, the town has embraced this and turned it into like a money-making venture.
Yeah.
But that's you're glorifying the death of my grandfather or grandmother or whatever. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So I've been to the ones in California. So I've been to the Halloween neighborhood and the Elm Street neighborhood, which is they're fairly close to each other. I don't know. How about you guys? Like, where would you guys want to go?
Well, I know that Friday the 13th Part 6 was filmed at a camp in Georgia, and right. I'm shocked that camp has not tried doing some kind of tour thing like the people at Camp Novi Bosco do, because they've got to be making bank, man. Because
now, why is that camp up there like running people off? Like is it hard to get a tour?
No. What the only thing they do is they only select a limited amount of people to go, and what they've usually done is just first come first served. Tickets. You can start buying tickets at this time on this day, and they sell out in seconds. But what they did this year was they did kind of like a drawing. If you wanted to, you put in all your information, and that put your name into a hat, and then they drew your name. And what happened was my name didn't get drawn the first time around. Somebody got drawn, and then they backed out. I don't know if they thought it was a free trip or a free tour or whatever, or just whatever, but I was an alternative. So I was pretty freaking. I tell the story where I got the email, and like I got up and I very calmly went and closed the door to my office, and then I did the happy dance inside my office. But it was really freaking cool. It's really freaking cool.
I'd like to go to U of T, University of Toronto, where they shot Black Christmas.
Oh yeah.
All that stuff is still there. Everything that's in the movie is still around, and a lot of it looks the same.
Because
that White House was their sorority house and stuff like that. That's all still there.
90 minutes north of me is where they shot The Fog. So it's the lighthouse and the staircase and all that.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I should probably go do a video of that. I should try my thing.
I lived in the town that did friggin' My Bloody Valentine, driven through the places that many times. I still never made a video.
Yeah.
So how many times I said I was going to do that, never did it.
Somebody
do it.
Somebody had sent me a bunch of information about. Let me see if I can find it here.
Hey Cameron, how far away are you from the town where they shot Halloween 3?
Where was that shot? I think it's up there, right? Same area?
Same area, I thought.
Yeah, because like up north near me, so about a half hour north of me is Santa Cruz, where they did Lost Boys, and then from there you go up the one north, and that's when you hit Bodega Bay, where the birds are, and the fog, and then if you go a little bit more north, you hit where they shot Scream.
So it says here Halloween 3 was Lolita, Los Angeles, San Fernando, Santa Clarita, Slimar, if I'm saying that right, and Sierra Madre. So it's kind of all over.
I know Village of the Damned, the Carpenter one, was filmed up by the fog area too.
Cool.
So I don't know. I mean, Northern California, I don't know why more movies don't shoot more in Northern California, because there's no paparazzi. There's, you know, you basically barely need permits. It's like $30 will get you a permit for a month, you know, in some of these towns. So I wish that, you know, more people would shoot up there. But and about 10 minutes north of me is where they is Watsonville, California, which is where they shot Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, there's so many little places that, like, you know, that are just legendary in movies where you go, God, I wish I could go and see that location. And sometimes my wife and I will like plan vacations around like a place she wants to see, but it's also a place where they shot something I love, so I can kind of see some of these places. You know,
they shot Hobo with a shotgun right here in Halifax, and like I've seen so many of the places, like I know them. As soon as I watch the movie, I'm like, oh, that's this place, that's that place. But going to those places and trying to, like, I mean, it would be nothing. It's like a diner or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's
still so cool though, because you're like, Rutger Hauer was here.
You and Cole should definitely make plans to come down to Cleveland for Cinema Wasteland this year, because it's going to be a My Bloody Valentine cast reunion.
Oh my God, I fangirl out. Cinema Wasteland.
Cinema Wasteland in Cleveland. You guys come on down.
Cleveland.
That's good.
Searching now.
Well, if any of you guys who watch Sausage Factory, if you guys are big fans of Twin Peaks, go to my channel, Obnoxious and Anonymous, because I shot a video of when I was up there looking at locations, and I got to shoot inside Laura Palmer's house. So that was, you know, talking about fanboying out. I mean, that was pretty wild stuff, you know. And I got to shoot inside the diner and shoot at the falls and the hotel and all that stuff. So it was like making your own version of it. But yeah, they're completely relaxed up there too, because, like, you know, they don't really care, so you can just go up there. But the owners of the house were friends of mine and stuff. They said, oh yeah, you can come on in, shoot some stuff. And I said, great. And it was so trippy, like being on that staircase, that infamous staircase that we see in the series and stuff like that. So yeah, that was pretty wild stuff. But yeah, check that out if you guys are fans of that, because that's something you don't see every day. Yeah,
for sure. Joe Reese, my buddy, messages me on Facebook, and he says he thinks that Meg is going to be a good movie. Have you guys seen the Meg trailer?
No.
Is that the killer whale thing?
That's the
oh,
Megalodon.
Yes, I have seen the trailer. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it looks like dumb fun.
Yeah. So sometimes that's the best fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a giant shark movie with Jason Statham. What more could you want? Exactly.
It has to be super serious.
Jason Statham, the trailer, he's like, it's a megalodon. He said he like tries to say it so seriously too. It's a megalodon.
This is what we've always feared.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
So what are your guys' summer plans? Any big summer plans this year for you guys? In your while we're taking our hiatus from the Sausage Factory?
Not die. That's mine.
Okay.
Well, 3 baconators a day.
Pretty much mine too.
And judging by this, we're off to a good start, boys.
Oh yeah.
Whatever we got going on there.
That's the chocolate kind, not the powdered
I
sugar.
I can't feel my feet already. Let's go.
Oh goodness. The Orkster. Well, Ork went away. Ork, why don't you hit us with an Ork's Corner? Give us something to go out in a blaze of glory. Okay, give us. I mean, like, just wow us. Give us an Ork's Corner that we'll remember all summer long.
No bullshit. Okay, life is fucking dog shit, and but you know there are movies that are worth it. So you might want to stick around a little bit. You know, even if you can't sit down, even if you're coughing all the time, even if you are missing your feet, you know, there's still that one more sunrise you get to see. And we're all blessed to be here in this wonderful planet with all these wonderful people around us, like Harvey Weinstein, who touched a lot of vaginas by accident.
Wow.
By accident, of course.
Oh, is that? Oh, whoops. That's sorry. That's too PC. For Cameron's taste, living out there in California. Oh, we went across the boundary there. Whoopsies. But just cherish every sunrise. We're all blessed. That's what I'm trying to say here. Well, what's this shit? What do they do here? Fucking
Life is dog shit, but we're all blessed.
shit.
Okay,
Fucking.
I got it.
Yep. No.
Oh, we get you.
Yep.
Work.
Yep.
That's words to live by.
And also, wait, get lots of fast food this summer because few things are better than that. Go to a lake if you can. If you have a pool, I'm jelly as fuck right now. But pull an Eddie Murphy, sit in that shit, and just say the house isn't yours. That's all you gotta do.
Orcs words of advice: eat 3 triple baconators a day.
Yep.
And there you go.
Yep.
There you
Coke
go.
Zero, chocolate donuts.
If you lived where I lived, you would be dead, Orc, because there is a Wendy's literally across the parking lot from me.
I wouldn't be dead. I'd be broke because they don't give you big portions, from what you tell me. I'd be like, do I really want to be overdrawn for this baconator?
Is there
maybe?
Is there a small portion when you have 3 baconators? I don't know.
Yeah,
no.
Wendy's
But
is small.
Are you worried they're gonna cheap you out on the fries? Or I gotta get enough fries?
No. But for
fries
Cole makes it sound like a baconator. You need to take a fucking a loan from a bank or something. I'm like, I just want 2 baconators and a Coke. He's like, oh man, that'll run you $30.
No,
Carl's Jr. is where you gotta take a loan out.
Yeah.
But I mean, but yeah, any
3
sort of
baconators, fries, and a drink. Yeah, that'd be
at least $14, $15.
that'd be expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
But yeah, meme it and dream it because we're only here for so long. Blah blah blah. Positivity, but you're gonna die. So that's pretty much all there is.
But YouTube lasts forever.
YouTube lasts forever. So does Twitch.
We are immortal.
So do memes, and you know what? So do scars on little children. But only Victor Salvo would know that.
Orc,
you brought this shit down.
Orc, I wanted you to leave us on a warm and fuzzy, uplifting note, and here you've let us down like some sort of. We're talking about Victor Salva now. What's going on? What happened?
I'm just saying, don't have a van with candy. That's all I'm saying.
I watched Keepers 3.
How bad was it?
It's probably not any worse than the second one. I think the second one's
you gotta separate
it's funny though, because even for all the normal shittiness, they don't even really try to make it a horror movie. Almost all of it's in broad daylight. The first movie is at least passively scary because they do some good stuff. The start is the encounter on the highway with a mysterious car. Then they pull over to investigate. All that at least has decent tension and stuff. And then later, when they show the creature, by then it's nighttime and there's fast shots. This is the creature, long shots in full daylight. So it just looks like an idiot with a bunch of makeup and shit on his face. Doesn't look like a creature at all. Just walking around and checking his truck and stuff. It's
I don't like how the DVD and Blu-ray across the front just says theatrical edition across the front. It's is there going to be an unrated edition? I don't understand this.
One thing,
and they make some really weird. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Orc.
I gotta say, Cole, you said this earlier to me. With Victor Salva and Roman Polanski, they make some decent movies here and there, but you got to separate the rape from the art. Rape's here, art's here. They're not together, but you got to separate them. Push them apart. You guys know what I'm saying?
And that's how Orc feels about Roseanne.
I fuck that show, I don't give a shit. People are like, Roseanne's coming back. I'm like, I don't give a shit. It wasn't good in the 90s. It sucks now.
Mike Salvage is here with some wise words to go out on. Please.
They had people going
because I don't want to end on rapes here.
They touched its severed hand, by the way. They had this thing that 23 years ago, because it's a 23 cycle. Somebody cut off its hand and buried it, so they dig up the hand, and if they touch the hand, they go into weird trances, and their eyes roll back. Oh, it's really stupid. Just wanted to get that out.
Sounds pretty bad.
Mike, give us some words of wisdom to live by this summer. Okay.
He's out.
Okay.
There it is.
We're really ending on a high note here.
We're really ending on a high note here. I know. Yes.
Someone say something positive. You guys have lives.
Victor
Come on, give me
Salva
something.
did his time. Come on.
Oh God.
The man is an artiste.
Yeah. It's
He
been
gets louder.
season 6 has been kind of a weird season, and
It's your fault.
It's all Brazil's fault.
It's been yeah. I mean, it's been mostly my fault because of just schedule and work and.
So on
and
the
just,
Sausage Factory's website, we have who's going to be the new moderator. This is going to post it.
The new moderator beginning in season 7 will be I can't even come up with a meme there. I don't know.
Yeah,
Peter Brackey.
Peter Brackey. Peter Brackey. There you go. Peter Brackey.
Got nothing else going on.
Here, there's something positive. Here, plug in your show tomorrow. Unless I missed it.
We did that. Yeah,
we did. We did, but I will remind everybody tomorrow night, beginning at 8 on my YouTube channel, Friday the 13th, marathon fundraiser. We're going to watch parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 back to back in order to raise funds for Camp Novi Bosco's effort to provide repairs to the screen used cabins from the original Friday the 13th. Ooh. Be there tomorrow night, beginning at 8. I'll be joined by Peter Brackey and Jason Parker from Friday the 13th franchise.com. Tune in, discuss the movies with us, and if you're able, please donate. So thank you.
Don't hate, donate.
Don't hate, donate. There you go. Wait, Mike is back.
Can he save this train wreck?
Is the mic behind the mask?
Mike, are you there? Can you save us? Mike, please. Michael?
No.
Oh gosh, this whole summer is going to be ruined now because we didn't have.
Let's just let you know, we're going to take summer off. Everyone's going to chill. Everyone's going to get refreshed. When we come back, there's going to be a new Halloween film.
That's right.
You'll be able to either praise that or bitch about it for like a 6-hour show.
Exactly.
So look forward to that.
Here's something else I have to say that's really positive.
Oh God!
I know everyone can relate to this. Go to Dairy Queen this summer multiple times.
I can agree.
Oh my God!
Have you tried the new cotton candy blizzard? Or
I have not.
Don't worry, I'm not made of stone.
I haven't had a blizzard since I tried their Nerds Blizzard, and I almost like twitched.
That sounds like a Nerds Wizard sounds like a real choking hazard.
No,
sounds awful.
I don't
know. The brain freeze you get from an epic blizzard, like in a large one that's like the size of like a drink, but it's filled with just ice cream and shit that's gonna kill you. You take a bite and you're like. They're like, it looks like spazzing out. Your brain just freezes. You just start losing your mind. You're like, I'm gonna die.
Try the cotton candy blizzard DQ, excellent stuff, and get the Nerds slush from Sonic. Very good, Mike. Thank God you're here. Please send us off with some wise words to live by, sir.
Yeah,
he's trying.
Wi-Fi. How about that? That's wise words. Stay the fuck away from Wi-Fi. That shit is bullshit. No matter how much they try to tell you it's better, it's fucking bullshit. Okay.
Yep.
I want my hologram internet.
Also, if she says she's into you and she has an Adam's apple, it's not right. Nope.
Nope. In this day and age, I guess that doesn't really matter anymore.
You know,
party on, man. You know,
just be like new pansexual Lando.
Fuck robots.
Open to everything.
Mike, it doesn't matter. Like, it does matter because you've been in the trenches, okay? We need some Mike war stories. That's fair.
Yeah, whatever.
And I mean more ways than one, Mike. Come on, man.
But, this may be controversial, but as great as Baconators may have been at one time, they have been eclipsed, all right, by Baconzilla. All right, you got to have a Baconzilla.
Where's that from?
Rally's Checkers.
Oh, I love Rallies. Oh God, I love
Not
Rallies.
to mention the fries. Slam dunk right there.
Awesome
so the
fries.
Baconzilla, definitely have to choke a couple of those down this summer. Because you'll sweat off the calories. It's cool. It's not like it's wintertime, so now's the time to eat.
Yeah, this is fucking America,
regardless of what
goddammit.
anybody
You go
says,
to the
fuck 'em all,
mailbox.
have a good one.
That's a Baconator right there.
So wise words from Mike. He's promoting gluttony and Rallies.
Crash this plane.
And I'm not saying rape is good, but just separate it from the art. You know? Maybe Van Gogh was a rapist. Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
It'll be better next year.
We've completely derailed. But guys, thank you so much for being here for us for another season of the Sausage Factory. We certainly appreciate it. We will be back sometime this summer with that 30th anniversary License to Drive commentary. And until then, you guys have a great summer. Enjoy lots of fast food. And
this is for pussies.
See, I didn't have any of my bottles of wellness water because I didn't want Orc to laugh at me. Or cry. He might cry.
Fancy water.
No, I'd cry. I wouldn't laugh. I don't laugh at people, Cole. That's not who I am. That's not who I am. That's not who I want you to think I am, Cole.
I promise. I haven't gone completely over to the dark side.
I don't laugh at people. I don't laugh at horrible situations on like r/too soon. That's just not me. That's not who I am. That's not who we are as a country, as a continent, as North Americans. God damn it. Okay.
Oh yeah. All right. North American.
Raiho's ready to kill himself right now. Raiho,
No. This is great. No, this is awesome.
All right, guys, have a great summer. We'll see you again very, very soon. Join me tomorrow night on my channel for the Friday the 13th fundraiser marathon. Take care. We'll see you again soon. Don't have a cruel summer. Peace.
Avoid great white sharks. Bye.